Series round 4. It's the final round. It's in Brazil, which always brings good racing. But once again, I'm joined by my co-com, Alan Kay.
I'm glad to be back, Jack. Looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good battle, I think, with the small toy track of Brazil.
It's only 11 points in it between the top two of Tuff and VSR.
Yeah, just 11 points separate the top two, and I think it's only something like 30 points back to one hub as well. So if the guys ahead, again, as we've seen before, don't have a car to finish, that could swing dramatically. So just while drivers are putting their setups on, I'll run you through the current standings after round 3, which is Tough lead the way on 173 points, with VSR in second on 162. One Hub in third on 131, TTG in fourth on 116, and Livid bringing up the rear on 53. So Livid, who we must mention are in their first mini league series, gaining good experience, and I'm sure we'll be looking to put some points on the board in this last race.
But we're gonna get underway with qualifying now. As the drivers starting their fastest lap, we're on board with Prinz again. Keane retires from the session already. I don't know how he managed to do that.
He's obviously validated the first corner, I'd say, and just decided that's the start of the back, as Lambo does the same thing.
Lambo. I believe the Livid drivers is that Prinz and Keane, or is it Deneen?
Prinz and Deneen are the Liver drivers, the Sauber and Williams. Deneen is driving for One Hub in the Mercedes. Welcome back, viewers.
But currently,
Prinz also pulls over now as well, so we've got Prinz, Rafa and Lambo and Keane all recorded from the session so far. VSR Nolan's on pole again. He took pole in the last one, and
he switched over with Julian.
Jumps him on the run up the hill. Is it going to be a battle between Blizzard, Nolan, and Julian for the line? Who gets it? And
it's going to be Blizzard.
And Tough Luca gets second ahead of Nolan or Julian. So an excellent run up the hill there from Luca, who was in fourth or fifth coming out of the final corner, should we say? But welcome back. Thanks for coming back and joining us for the last round, guys, viewers.
VSR and Tough, all very close together at the top of standings at the moment from qualifying. So,
qualifying results then are Blizzard in first, Luca second, VSR Nolan third, Tough Julian fourth, Marquez fifth, Max Till sixth, Squeezy seventh, Sam Steer eighth, Lean ninth, Ollie 10th, Siege 11th. Brumandinho 12th, Deneen 13th, Keane then didn't set a time in 14th, and then the lap invalidations of Paul 15th, Prince 16th, Rafa 17th, and Lambo will start from the back of the grid in 18th place. So VSR chasing down Tough. It's not a good sign to see Lambo sitting at the back of the grid for them, is it, Jack?
No, that could give Tough the edge going into this race, though. Freight! That's my dog, I'm sorry. Freight! He's fat. But we're going Tough VSR, Tough VSR, Tough VSR for the top, I think. Was that 6?
Top 6, I think then. The fourth Tough driver was separated by, I think it was TTG Paul or TTG Squeezy. One of the TTG guys separated the top 6 from the last Tough drivers. So Tough getting right up there.
But Tough's top driver is up in 8th compared to VSR's, bottom driver. Compared to VSR's bottom driver, he's all the way down in right at the back.
I think Tough might have had Lean down in his qualification, Lean or Luca down at the back end. So no, I was right. The up 9th is Lean, was lowest position for Tough. So Tough well in the driving seat here as we start the formation lap.
Keep entertained. I'm gonna have to quickly shut my dog out.
Yeah, no problem, Jack. So, in terms of looking at maybe as a ones to watch, Blizzard, of course, in pole position. He wanted to stay there. Nolan, who battled hard in the last race, was picked by penalties. Max Till, who we know is quick, Hero and Julian is both in the tough Renaults. We'll keep an eye on them. Squeezy as well in 7th, so they'll all be looking for a good start and good battling with Marquez in the mix. As for guys down the back end, Lambo, TTG Paul, and maybe Blumandino and Siege, we'd expect to see come up the field a bit from the back end. So we see a few drivers getting disqualified for making contact on the formation lap.
Except it's going to be very close coming into here. Is TTG in the middle of this at the moment, isn't it?
TTG are in 4th at the moment. It's one hub who are in 3rd in the middle. So, and again, one hub, they haven't had a great qualifying session there. Rafa, Keane, Romandino all outside the top 10. So Sam Steer is their only man in the top 10 for one hub. So
now lining up onto the grid for the start of this race, the final race of this season.
It is tough leading Darkbolt, by the way.
What was that?
Darkbolt just asked in the chat there who was leading. It's tough lead VSR by 11 points.
Hopefully we don't see the delayed lights again. Wish we do.
And we do.
Oh, lucky Luke started to sneeze.
Now we'll expect to see it.
There you go.
Away we go.
Race coming into the first corner. The Hassa Blizzard looks like he gets a good start, except the Force Indians on his inside. Number 21, Luca.
That's a nice move.
Oh, he's lost his rear end.
Blizzard, but they held it side by side. Lane and Blizzard. This is a good start, and Lane goes instantly defensive as well.
Oh, a couple of people off the track.
We see 3 wide here.
3-1.
Nolan backs out of it. Lane takes the lead through. Oh, Blizzard.
One of the Red Bulls.
As well. Someone else running wide in the background as well there.
It's one of the VSL boys.
Luca takes the lead. The
yellow flag. Romadinho I think's gone.
Yeah, there's a bit of wheel-to-wheel battling there.
A few more people at the back.
Well. Ollie and Nate, tough lane here side by side, battling well as well. Oh, behind looking to see if he can pick off any places and up around the outside comes Prince. Towards the back end, so battling the back of the Lambo is down in 16th. It hasn't really made much ground, so I wonder if he gets tangled up with something as he goes side by side with Prince and makes the move stick. As we've sector yellow flag for sector 2 again, so Romandino is stopped at the hairpin. It looks like he has got severe wing damage. I'd say Romandino will be heading to pits.
Boline's been dropping back quite a lot from his. He hasn't had the best start to a race. He's dropped down. I think that's about 4 or 5 positions from the start here.
He's dropped outside top 10, and Deneen and Rafa have had 2 great starts from the back of the grid for one hub, doing what they need to do for the team.
But Poe's just got lean as well though now, which is pushing him closer to Lambo. He's just lost the position to Keane at the back. Yellow flag in sector 2 now. Oh, Lambo's gone. It's Lambo.
Is off, and at the moment our biggest gainers and losers is Rafa's up 7 places, which is an excellent start. And other than Brumandino who spun, you're right, Lane is down and tied with Ollie down 4 places. The 2 guys have fell 4 places, TTG, Ollie and Tough Lane. So
it's very close up the top at the moment.
In a trial, the field is still very close together. There's not much gaps between the cars. Really, Paul to Lane and Lane then to Paul. The only ones outside the second really at the moment.
We got DRS now though, which is gonna change up the order I think a bit more, as Blizzard is still very close. Who's that gone?
That is Siege dropping backwards. Who's battling with Deneen at the moment, or Prince at the moment? Deneen as well looked like he went backwards. Did he have a spin? He's dropped slightly off the back of him. You see Keane coming up on Deneen now. Again.
Blizzard only just behind Luca. Currently still got a train going from the
Yeah,
top.
with Brazil, it's one of them tracks where there's only a certain amount of places you can really affect the proper overtake. So, and Blizzard now, he's going to be looking for the run up the hill here and the help off the DRS as they come around this last corner and run across the line.
Don't know if he's going to be close enough.
Turn 1, is he? I think he might be.
Might
DRS
be.
open in the slipstream, and
On the inside, locking up. He's still going for it. No, not quite.
Luca gives him the space and defends well. Blizzard's going to have another attempt here under DRS. He's right on the back of Luca this time as he activates his DRS. Pulls out to go around the outside. Luca defends. Blizzard tiny tip on the back. No,
I think we've just lost lean.
Well, we were looking at the back there. Still keeping an eye on Luca and Blizzard here. They're side by side battling here for the lead. Luca's doing an excellent job to defend here at the moment from Blizzard.
Same Julian. Julian's now catching up to these two.
And yeah, could be a bit of a team drive here from Tough to cement that position and that lead that they're in.
So VSR 4th and 5th.
2nd, 4th,
at the
5th
moment.
and 17th for the moment for VSR, where it's 1st, 3rd, 7th and 15th for Tough. So I think Tough just narrowly holding their lead at the moment with the way they're sitting, as Marquesas is the first man into the pits for a scheduled pit stop, I would guess.
I think VSR Lambo needs to really try and push and make his way back up the order to try and give his team a better chance of winning this and defending their title. But as Blizzard now moves up into lead, Luca drops back into 2nd.
Lambo and Marquesas' teammate are going to be side by side here as Marquesas comes out of pits, and Lambo just gets ahead of him as Marquesas comes out in the background. So you see Marquesas closing up on Lambo pretty quickly here. If Lambo was smart, he'd let Marquesas through and tuck in behind him and get a tow up onto the back of the rest of them off Marquesas.
Well, the top 4 cars are very close at the moment. VSR Nolan all over the back of Julian, trying to get that 3rd place, which goes up the insides and does do nicely.
Just a little slight just bit of contact, but gets the move done and stuck, and no damage as it appears, so all good.
Nolan, and that was Luca pulling to the pits.
Luca and Rafa I think is in as well, is he? No, Rafa's gone by, so it's Max still and Paul following as well. So
I want to see how these
has triggered around the pit stops here. Where are these going to come out now in relation to Marquesas?
Looks like Nolan has come out in front of Force India, Luca.
Coming into the first corner now, so where are the guys? We should see them now coming as we come around. Okay, so it's going to be fairly side by side with Nolan as they come around. Yeah. So Marquesas has undercut a lot of these as well with that pit stop.
Where's Lambo now? Lambo's moves up into 11th.
11th, yeah, he's...
VSR boys are all back together.
The 11th, 12th and 13th at the moment is not where they want to be seen there, guys, but they'll be happy looking behind to see that there's two tough drivers behind them.
But Blizzard still gets pit, which she pulls into to do now.
Pulls in now, and Julian and Squeezy all come in the front three as Rafa goes by for one hub to take the lead. So it's a 1 hub 1-2 at the moment with Rafa and Sam Steer. Prince for Liberty Esports and Siege for TTG going by the pits as well. So I think at the moment, as we see a couple more cars dive in the background.
Well,
other than the top 4 cars and Lambo have still yet to pit. So Lambo still
Blizzard comes out in 5th.
Yeah, Blizzard's out in 5th. Ahead of Marquesas and Nolan, and Julian is under pressure from the 2 VSR Red Bulls now.
This is a good pit stop from Blizzard. I believe he's going with those tyres until the end. I think.
Yeah,
probably.
I would say they're all going to the end at this stage. It says Brazil the softs last quite a lot as well. Um, Obviously, Bormandino will start pitting on lap 1, went on to the mediums, but everyone else has pitted lap 4 onwards, so I should see this. I think the softs would see the end. Sam Steer comes in.
Well, VSR currently all grouped together, other than. Actually, yeah, they're all together, just being split up by Julian, but Lambo is still yet to pit. She's to get a little tow from his teammates.
He's got back to the back of the VSR train. He was at the front of the VSR train at one stage, so at the moment I think Lambo pitting, you could see him maybe dropping back down to somewhere in and around maybe between TTG Ollie and Tough Lean at the moment.
I'm commentating. The VSR boys now. Don't know if they're going to be battling with each other. I don't think they will be, but I think they lost a little bit of time to Julian.
I think Mark Cases will be in. I'm sure they're all in the party together, as most teams do be, and I'm sure Mark Cases is assigned to Nolan. Look at here and quicker. Let me boy. Let me try. At the moment, Julian is doing a good job. He's starting to close a little bit back in on Blizzard as well, so keeping Blizzard honest as well.
But Lambo's
is out of DRS range now.
Lambo's now under pressure from Max and Luca. On the run into the first corner, Max has got a good run.
Luca tries to go around the outside, which becomes the inside, and Luca should get that.
Oh, a little bump.
And I'd say, oh, Lambo runs over the curve. I'd say Max will make a move at the turn 4 here if he's close enough. Just not close enough. Lambo had DRS off Luca ahead, so
Max is going to try and fight.
Lambo losing that position fairly soon. Oh, I see. There's a pole making a move.
Oh,
Max still in the background there, and he's got the move done. And the
Oh,
Ferrari
so
now
Sam.
making a move. Sam's there as well.
Max still dropping quite a few positions.
Still dropping a few positions here. I don't know whether he got ran wide or got onto the curb or something. That these guys seen their chance and pounced, but they got their moves done. And
So play to them.
Still under pressure from Sam Steer in the background there.
There you go, Rafa and Seashell pulling into the pits.
Yeah, and you'll see Lambo pull in this lap as well. No, Lambo goes for another lap, so I think Lambo's going to come back out behind. Well behind the lads. At the moment, and then Lambo and Friends are the only ones not to have pitted. Oh, 3 wide there into it. Turn 4, Paul, Lambo and Luca all battling.
Julian all over the back.
Paul Max and Sam Steer. Sam Steer, oh, throw up the inside of Max still holding on the inside. Coming back around. Sam Steer.
Oh, they call him this rear wheel.
Squeeze off track. Sam Steer to back out, but that's. You've seen that only a couple of weeks ago, Turn 3 in Australia in real life, cars doing that. Once they have control of the racing line, just gently squeeze out of the car, battling them just to make them drop back in behind.
Sam was right on the rear wheel of Max though as well. Trying to keep the car on the track, but Max is giving him no room.
Max, he squeezed him out. He's basically making Sam step out of the throttle to drop back in behind, basically.
But Julian.
Friends now comes out of the pits, and Lambo was dropped right back to 17th. Is born and you're going to get a chance at him? No, he's a bit far back. He's only coming around the last corner now. So Lambo back at the 17th place. That's not going to help VSR's title push.
Matt's asking who's Nolan.
Who's Nolan? Nolan is a new driver in for VSR tonight. It's his first time racing in a TTG Mini League series, so a new driver to us as well, Matt. And he's going well.
He's also taking the lead.
He's taken the lead of the race here. He got pole in the last race and was just pipped to the victory in the last race on penalties.
I think that was a bit of team orders from VSR though.
VSR, yeah.
I think not, because Nolan just slipped past Blizzard, so maybe they think, maybe Nolan thinks he has more pace than Blizzard, and Blizzard has a job.
Maybe they see Blizzard as a better defensive driver even as well, that can hold the tough car behind and stop them gaining more points in that battle. Over it is a battle at the moment between VSR and Tough for the victory here, the overall championship victory. So Tough coming into this leading the way by 11 points, and having VSR having Lambo down in 17th is not helping their push. There's contact between Squeezy and
Rafa. That was.
And Rafa went around there, so.
Except Julian's just made the overtake on Blizzard. I put Julian up into second. Marquis has caught up though.
Interestingly, Blizzard has his full ERS still available. He hasn't. When he came out of that last corner, he had not used any ERS. So, and he's back ahead there as he obviously opens up the ERS into overtaking over, and he's dropped it back down to none again.
A little bit of bumping from that lot, but it's fine. That puts VSR now in a 1, 2 and a 3, which I do believe, as it stands, means that they are...
Probably will give them back their title at the moment.
As it stands, I do believe that's how it will be.
And Julian come back in to this mix.
Oh, it goes diving down the inside.
Diving down the inside. Pushes Blizzard off.
Pushes Blizzard, but he's gone round.
And that, I think we could see going to the steward's office after the race.
I think he will be going down to the steward's office.
I think that's a very contentious one there. I
feel like it's too much of a aggressive move from Julian. I'm not sure Blizzard could do much about that.
But again, it might have been an aggressive move by Julian. Blizzard really should be there, stepping out of that once he's hit the grass and letting Julian pass, and then going to the stewards with the footage instead of tagging the back end of him on an unsafe rejoin. So could be seen as 6 of one, half in a dozen of the other by the stewards after Blizzard's action. So we wouldn't know there until we see later on.
We're still very close between the top 5 though.
Close to the shrine, and Julian has dropped right back down now to Max Till, who was on the back of him, and they're on the back of Twins down in 9th, 10th and 11th. As Julian tries to fight his way back up to get valuable points for Tough. Some of the guys there in the chat saying amazing driving and sensational. It has indeed been, guys, so far. It's been a very clean race, barring that one incident we've seen, well, a couple of incidents we've seen very recently in the hairpin with Rafa and Squeezy and Julian and Blizzard. Other than that, it's been fairly clean from these guys, and amazing racing. It's been quite close as well, as we see the front field all still in the trying. And Sage now and Ollie are right beside each other. Will this be a team orders for Ollie to let Sage through, or will they just hold on to what they've got with TTG?
Still 1, 2, 3 for VSR though, which is showing some true dominance in Mexico. They didn't have... Actually, VSR and Tough had very mixed qualifying, the VSR being slightly worse off. So now they're certainly definitely better off. Bar Lambo.
Rafa, I think, and Sam Steer are just about holding on to that 3rd position from TTG for one hub, so keep an eye on that one as the last 3.5 laps or so unfold. You see our leader, VSR Nolan, coming around the back corner. He's gone well clear now, Nolan. He's got Marquez and Blizzard. Knows the tail still at the minute. Squeezy trying to see if he can make a move, but just too far back at the moment. So Jack, as we come to the last few laps of the series, it's your first mini league series with us in comms on TTV. What do you make of it, and who will be your driver of the tournament of League One?
Well, I accidentally clicked off the thing. It's been fantastic racing so far, some of the best I've ever seen. It's the highest kind of profile of drivers I've seen race before. It's the highest quality I've seen, and it shows what it takes to be at the top, nearest the top of esports on F1. It's quite competitive, but my driver for the tournament, honestly do not know. Well, Nolan, from what he's shown us today, he can drive, except I don't think he was in round 1 and 2, was he?
He wasn't in round 1 and 2. There was 2 drivers that, as far as I'm aware, VSR have near in 3. Don't think Lambo raced for them last time around.
So
Lambo just came to me. I'd say for me, he hasn't had the greatest of nights tonight really, but he's been there. He was up around, he got points, scored points in the last race, decent points, fought tough, and he's the last week his podium made left tough in the hunt after last week. So Max still probably would be mine as I watch him on screen battling with Siege as they go side by side, coming out of turn 4 through turn 5 from turn 6. Siege just tucks in ahead of him next thing there. So that's going to be a battle for the end of the race as well, I think.
There's only 1 and a bit to go with VSR still holding on to a donut 1, 2, 3, but we've still got a first 1 hub and a TTG splitting up to the next tough driver, who's their biggest competitor coming into this race, which is down in 6th, and then you got 9th, 13th and 15th, which I do believe as it stands that means VSR I'm going to take the win for this championship into the final lap.
It looks likely that way, likely to be that way at the moment, so
we never know, maybe they'll have a 3-way bit of contact, they all die.
Yeah, Dan, that's Blizzard and Marquesas are quite close, so it's possible to happen. If Marquesas was to drop it, Blizzard then obviously most certainly being so close would be collected by it.
So I doubt that will happen.
I think Blizzard will be saying there on the headset to Marquesas, keep your head, keep it on the track, keep it in a straight line, get it home.
Fair enough, that's all they need to do now.
As they come for the last few corners, I'll let you take it to the end and start working on the mats to see who the champion is.
Nolan coming up the hill to finish off his, I'd say, quite dominant race so far for VSR. VSR coming home to take a 1, 2, 3. Nolan swerves across the line because he knows he's done well today. Saving Marquesas and Blizzard. TG Squeezy takes 4th place after time penalties, I believe. Luca moves into 5th though, which is going to spice up the points a little bit. But VSR doing some very good team play from them there. So now it's be a 1, 2, 3, nice and easy to the end. They seem very nice and relaxed today. They were mixed up with Tough. I think Tough did a bit of a bustle job today, as they didn't have their best race, I don't think. Because they were right up there, but now they're right down. But VSR Lambo, he's moved a couple off the start, except he got disqualified at the start, and then in qualifying, and then we just was never able to make up the ground. But as Alan does some maths to confirm what I believe is true, VSR have got the win.
So get the results as quickly as I possibly can, guys.
But where's Nolan from? I want to see, where's the flags? Oh, French. Then we've got an Irish lad.
Winner this time around.
Very nice. Actually, to be fair, I don't see many French drivers in league racing. I see a lot of Dutch though.
Yeah. You think the history with the French and the drivers they put out, they would have more around as well.
Yeah. But Nolan takes the win today in Brazil. Well played to him. It was a good drive. Marquez comes in second, Blizzard in third. Like I said, great team play from them. TG Squeezy, I don't think he got much screen time today, but he did do very well, I believe. He starts in seventh, has moved up into fourth, which is well played to him. Marquez moves up from fifth to get into second. Luca down into fifth, which is disappointing for Tough. Rafa going from 17th to 6th though, which is very well played to him. Poe in 7th, good drive from him as well. Tough Julian moving down from 4th into 8th. Prince doing well also, going into 9th. Sam in 10th. Max Till from 6th into 11th. Siege in 12th. Ollie 13th. Deneen 14th. Lambo 15th. And I didn't see the last couple. Let's see if it comes up on the stream real quick. It was Lean behind him there. It was well played, and now I'll drop you over to Alan if he's done the maths
Just
quickly.
2 more minutes, guys.
Here we go.
Doing the last tallies now.
But it's been very well played from for this little mini series. I really enjoy commentating on this. I skip football both weeks for this, and I can tell you, it's not a regret. So now I'm leaving at the end of the season. So that's fun.
I'm not sure your football manager would like to hear that though, Jack.
Nah, I don't think he knows that I've done this instead. But it's certainly not a regret, because this has been very, very enjoyable to see. Because everyone's been very close together, rather than kind of Canada where there was 1 second gaps between each other and not much happened. But other than that, it's been very, very entertaining, very close. It's what
And just the last one to tell.
it's been good for viewers.
Result.
I think we should see Drive to Survive on some of these mini series.
Yeah. So after the the provisional standings pending any points changes due to Stewart's investigations. So VSR confirmed with the 1-2-3 confirmed their first place with 234 points. Second then it is Tough with 217. Then third is One Hub, just narrowly staying ahead of TTG with 168. TTG nearly closing up on One Hub with 163. And Livid Esports finish off with 68 points. So sum it up, another victory for VSR. They look like they have a challenger for the next time around. The midfield battle's getting tighter, and Livid Esports on their debut the debut mini league will have gained valuable experience, and obviously they will have target higher amount of points next time around they take part.
Well, very well done from VSR. How many wins is that for them now?
That is, as far as I'm aware, is it their third or their fourth? I think it might be their third mini league series. I think there was a Europa and then Asia Pacific, Europe and then Asia Pacific series. So this the American series is the third one, I think. So 3 wins for VSR, but no, by this time around, by nowhere near the margin that they'd won previous events. So again, as I say, One Hub and TTG third and fourth, 168 to 163. I think that's possibly the closest margin we've had between two teams in the midfield in any of our mini leagues as well so far. So, which is good to see. And of course, we've seen some great driving and great battling by the drivers out on track as well over the 2 weeks. I've thoroughly enjoyed the race, and I'm sure you have too, Jack.
I have indeed, and I hope I get invited back to do more later on.
And it'd be a pleasure doing some more with you anyway in the future.
I enjoyed it with you. It was good. Well, thank you very much, Alan, and I hope you enjoyed watching this mini-series. It's been very enjoyable. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon.